Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. So as you can see from the title, top 5 things that you should know before you decide to start your own business. Now, I am a small business owner. I've been in business for over a year now, going through one of the hardest crises that we have seen in a very long time. So I know the difficulties. I know how difficult it can be. And to be honest, it's somewhat paradoxical because if I had known that it was going to be so difficult to run and to operate a business, trust me, I would not start in the first place. And I'm so much loving the experience. In the same time, I would not trade this experience for the world. So on one hand, I wouldn't start because it's so difficult. And on the other hand, I'm glad that I started. Now, I'll share these experience with you. And this is one thing that I like about YouTube. The fact that there's so many of us here with so many different experience. I can share my experience with you. Maybe it will help you along the way. Maybe it will help you to better make a decision if you should go into business or not. But I want to give you my honest opinion about the experience that I have, or the experience that I've gained so far. I have a small restaurant. It's a very small business. I've been a chef for many years. And when I decided that I wanted to open my own business, I thought that I knew everything there was to know about not only cooking, but I thought that you only needed to know about cooking and know about a few basic stuff. But then when I actually went into it, I realized that, whoa, maybe a bite off more that I can chew. I really realized, yo, this thing is a lot more difficult than one more than just think or one more than just imagine. And trust me, I do a lot of research on YouTube. Every day I dip on YouTube, I research, I see, I watch other business owner. I think most of them are extremely successful. So it's almost difficult if you listen to them, if you get their advice, because it's almost like what they're saying is out of my reach. So I believe I'm in a very unique position where I can share my experience, because I'm at a crossroad between failure and success. So it's a very unique position to hold. So I think that coming from that perspective, I can share the experience that I have. And I'll be giving you 5 tips or 5 things that you should know before you decide to start your own business. Now, at the end of the day, anybody can decide they must start their own business. For the last 10 years, or as long as me can remember, I always have a desire to start a business. So it's not a big deal to have the idea to start in a business. But I think when you really start to take it serious and you start to put plans into place and start to make steps in opening the business, then I can say, all right, you're serious. It's no longer a wish. You actually have put all of the plans in place. And I'm glad that you're watching this video. Maybe I can help you to better decide if you should go into business or not, especially in this financial climate that we're in, where resources are very, very, very short. So you want to use up as much of the resources that you have to the betterment of your advantage. So I think I can share something with you, and you guys can feel free to give me a feedback to let me know what you think about it. So the first thing that you should know is that it's a lot harder than you may think, right? And the reason why I say that is that, listen, I've been in the field of cooking I own a restaurant, by the way. I've been in the field for over 10 years, going to 15 years. And when I just started, it was very difficult. I learned all of the basics. Yeah, we go all over the world, do a lot of stuff. But, as a Jamaican, we always say, we want one little piece. We want to work for ourselves. So that was the foundation upon which I built my business. I wanted to own it. I wanted to own my own craft. I wanted to have more responsibility as it relates to my work, or as it relates to the freedom that I have in working or choosing my working hours. So those were some of the desires that I had, why I decided to start a business. Now, trust me, I've been in a lot of situations as it relates to jobs or employments that I've had before, when it was really, really difficult, working long hours, but there's nothing compared to owning your own business. It's a lot harder than you may think. If you're thinking that you're going to spend 5 hours on your business, just think that you're going to spend 10. In reality, you might spend 10. If you think that you're only gonna need 10 hours, in reality, maybe you spend 15 or 16 hours on your business, and there is no time off. It's not like when you're working for somebody, you can always call in sick if you feel tired, or if you have an emergency, you can always, call in. You can always call in to your job. And even if you take your job serious, most people, them call in from time to time. They take the day off. When you own your own business, there is no day off. Even on Sundays, even if your business is closed on a Sunday, you still have stuff to do. So there is no day off. It's 24 hours, especially in the beginning, in the early stages of the business. So tip number 1 is a lot harder than you may think. Tip number 2, you will need a lot more cash than you budgeted for. So, trust me, I was very naive when I started, and I think that I spend a lot more money than I should have spent, especially with repairs and all of that. Listen, some things you just can't budget for. So if your budget is 100,000, just know that your budget is gonna go over by 200 or 300,000. So if you don't have a lot of cash, there's nothing wrong with starting very small, because you don't need a lot of cash to start. But I'm just letting you know that whatever you plan to start with, just know that you're gonna need a lot more, because a lot of stuff will come up, stuff that you didn't plan for. So it's good to plan, but some things you just won't be able to find. Some things you just won't be able to plan for. There's just too many variables, too many things that can occur. So even though you might plan, but things will come up. So you're gonna need a lot more cash than you budgeted for. Tip number 3, start off as small as possible. You can't overstress this. I think this is one of the most important tips that I could give. Start off as small as you are able to, without compromising quality or anything like that, but try to start off small, because chances are that you spend a whole heap of money, you spend a whole heap of resources, you spend a whole heap of time, and then at the end of the day, you're not generating enough sales to cover all that you invested so much in the beginning. So try to start off as small as you can. I would suggest that you try to do it part-time. If you have a job already, try to do it as a part-time job, as a second source of income. And then when you build it up enough, and if you want to go into it full-time or as a single source of income, then you can go ahead and do that. But try to start off as small as you can, and then you can build up on that. Because sometimes you spend a lot of money and you realize that, hey, you spend all of this money and you can't use that money that you spend to generate an income. Case in point, and I can use my own examples in this, about equipment that I never use. Right? About equipment that I've never used, and that is cash sitting right there. So I now have to make a decision to keep that equipment or to sell it. And sometimes you may not be able to sell back the equipment that you buy and get it back at the same rate. Sometimes you might end up losing from that. So that's just one thing to consider. Starting off very small as you can possibly get, and focus directly on the product. Put all of your attention on the product instead of building up and buying a large amount of inventory or equipment or working on storefronts and all of that. At the end of the day, you're selling a product. You're in the marketplace to sell a product. Focus on the product. Make the product as good as you can make the product with the least amount of money or the least amount of resources. And then you try to improve on the product. That's the meaning of Lean Jamaica Startup. Right? So you want to use as minimal amount of resources as possible to create the best product. Try to get people to buy that product, and then you try to improve upon that product. So start with the product, and you don't really have to focus on all of those fancy stuff like equipment and computer. And if you need it, if that's what your business requires, then some things they just can't get around. But for the most part, don't focus on that. Just focus on the product itself. And tip number 4, collaborate with the right person. No, trust me, I learned this day. I'm not saying that I learned it the hard way, but I think that it would have been a lot more easier for me to collaborate with someone else when I just started, because I went into it all by myself. So, you won't know everything. There are some points that there are some areas where you're gonna be weak on. So, for instance, if you're selling products, you might want to team up with someone who is strong in sales, or somebody else who complement the type of business that you're into. So, if let's say for instance you want to open a furniture shop, you could collaborate with someone. You make the furniture, you could collaborate with someone who could sell the furnitures. You could collaborate with someone who could put a detailed work to the furniture. So you want to get a different skill set that you don't readily possess and collaborate with that person. Because at the end of the day, that person is going to bring their strength to your business or to your product. So you want to collaborate with somebody else who doesn't have the same skill set as you are, just to complement or just to enhance that particular skill that you don't have. And tip number 5, a lot of what you learn, you're going to pick up along the way. I could remember a few months ago, I think it was a few months or a year ago, I went to one of the business seminars, and it dawned on me that it was a lot more difficult working for myself, because when I was working for people, quote unquote, for people or for a company, I knew exactly what to do. I knew my role, I knew all of the boundaries, I knew how to do all of the charges. But when I'm working for myself, there's just so much things to do. All of the responsibilities on your hand. Everything is your responsibility. And then you realize that, whoa, maybe I bite off a little bit more than I could chew. So, as time goes by, you learn and you pick up some of the things that you should not have done. You learn new ways, you learn easier ways of doing it. And then you realize that, you just have to be real consistent. It's good to be good Monday and Tuesday, but you have to be good Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Not just 2 days out of the week, 3 days out of the week, or 4 days out of the week. You have to be good all the time. And that's very difficult. I think that's one of the most difficult part of it in business, is being consistent. But that's what you need to do. So guys, I hope that you found these tips helpful. Feel free to leave a comment and I'll respond to your comment.